I like to think of my YouTube channel as an archive, you know, where I can keep information or something cool, like the one in the Arctic Circle where they keep all the seeds, in case a species ever dies out somewhere else. Obviously my archive's a lot less cool than that. It'd more keep specks of dust or empty toothpaste tubes than anything worthwhile. But anyway, I've got a few things to ask. As is typical with something you don't understand, I have some problems and questions to put to you, techers, or maybe anyone who just understands it a little better than I do. First, I should say that I like Tekken 7. I think it's a cool game. I think it's a good game compared to others, and I think you should give it a shot if you too do not like the other things around. But there's two major things I don't understand in Tekken, and the first one is, what the fuck is this? Why do they full screen just like jack off doing this? I don't know what it is. For an idea of like how I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. Like, for me, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. For me, neutral should be a careful space, and your opponent's moves and your moves that fill that space. I don't think Tekken has that because they do this. Like what is this? It just looks really odd. Like, imagine if a boxing match started. Like round one, they go in, they like touch gloves, and the first thing they do is they both back away into their own corners. It wouldn't make sense. Or what if like stag beetles just instead of like fighting each other or doing what they do, they backed off really quickly. I don't get it. And the only way I can explain it is that moving backwards is a lot stronger than moving forward in Tekken, because being lame or not pressing buttons is a lot more effective in neutral than pressing buttons, because the moves are all slow, they're all long, and the main poke moves in Tekken tend not to have much reward on them. So when you're in this position of both of you at full screen, the player who runs forward has a worse risk reward on whatever they do than the person retreating. As an example, as like the whole thing covered is that if they run forwards and then press one of their big poke, which is like running X, X or whatever, it's a good poke. It's plus on block, which means you can keep pressuring after, and if it hits, it does a good, like 15, 20 damage, something like that. But you have to hit it. So there's only two positions that the person could be in, which is stood in the same place or further backwards. So if you run up to try and hit this position that hit the first position, that's what you get. You get them on block, you get more pressure, or you get 20 damage. But if they've backdashed, you'll miss like a Mong, and they can launch you and do 45% of your health. Godlike Tekken fashion. The alternative is you hit the back option, or them in the back dashed position. So you overrun for the first one, and then hit them there. So the problem with that is that obviously if they don't backdash, they just launch you, you're just going to run straight into a punch, and then lose 45% of your health again. So that's the reason why I guess they do that and just keep backdashing continually until they get bored. And then the other one that I don't quite get this either is, if you have a life lead in Tekken, what gives you the reason to press a button and lose that life lead? Or not lose that life lead, like get comboed on basically and lose a lot of your health. Because a lot of the defense in Tekken is reactable, like throws, and the big launcher lows tend to be really slow. Like they do like a flip and then a spin, and then an Amazon parcel gets dispatched and delivered, and then whoa, it's finally hit. So it's always reactable, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know, maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm just dumb. But the quick poke, which aren't reactable, they tend to do around 12 damage and are just outside of like whatever range would be a normal kick. Like you can outspace that basically, is what I'm saying. You can outspace quick low pokes. So like, what is the reason that the other player feels obliged to press a button when they have a life lead. Like, it's a 45-second timer you probably have to time out. Like, how achievable is it to do that by just playing lame and only taking the guaranteed damage on punishers? But yeah, that's my main. That's my two problems. So if you can answer those two questions, you'll help me understand this game a little bit better, because I don't see it as like there's anything. I don't want to say there's nothing to it, but in neutral there's nothing to it. Like there's loads of stuff to learn about the game and in-depth thing. Most of the stuff that in Street Fighter is easy, in Tekken is hard. And a lot of the punishes, like punishing a low is a while rising, and now you have to do a different punish that isn't just your normal launcher punish. In many of the situations that's a thing as well, because of where they could lie down, the position they've decided to put themselves in. You know, the conversion game as well, the weight on that's really cool with Tekken, I think, because it feels really fair. It's not. It's an ambiguous 50-50. It's will he roll this way and get hit slightly? Will he roll that way and get hit? Because most of the things that, or you know, whatever. Fuck.